Hi guys!
And welcome back to a new episode of
Fatti e Sarfatti!
On Monday the 1st we went to the meeting
Messy, how to be creative and resilient in a tidy-minded world.
We met Tim Harford, economist and journalist.
You wrote a book called Messy, How to be Creative in a Tiny-Minded World. Could you explain to our audience what are the perks of being messy nowadays?
Well, we need to be able to improvise and take advantage of the opportunities that we have. Very often we're stuck in our comfort zone. We're working with people who are too familiar, we're working with ideas that are too familiar. We need to do something different and recognize the opportunity that comes from embracing the obstacles that face us. That's really what the book's all about.
One personal question, are you a tidy person or a messy person?
This is a great question. The answer is it depends. My kitchen, for example, very tidy, super tidy kitchen. My desk is a mess. And one of the reasons why I wrote the book is to try to understand how can I be tidy in one place and messy in the other. And it's all about recognizing the kind of work that you're doing. So with kitchens, it's easy to just place everything in the correct spots and everything is super tidy, no problem. But work, you need to be much more flexible, much more adaptable, things are more unpredictable, and so the desk gets messy. And my desk is still messy, but now I don't feel so bad about it.
On Wednesday the 3rd, we went to the meeting
Immigrants from the Middle East, organized by Bocconi Students for Humanity,
where we interviewed Lisa Campbell, Executive Director of the NGO Do Your in Greece.
What do you think that people like students and family should do to help refugees?
Well, you know the name of our organization. Do your part. Everybody can do something. We all can't do the same thing. But there are lots of things that can be done, even from students. I mean, students have a voice. If all the students get together and start saying, let's look at this from a different perspective, then the voice will be heard. Students can also volunteer. Students are the perfect volunteers. They can come, they can spend a few weeks, they can get to know the people that are there, and then they can bring back those stories to their communities. One of the big things that I think that students and families can do, because students and families typically you don't have a whole lot of money to donate, not necessarily even a whole lot of time to donate, but educating yourself about the situations that cause these refugees and then trying to help affect change. Change will only happen when the louder voice is asking for it. And so as we learn about the situations that these people are coming from, as we learn about the situations in their governments and in our own governments, then we can get our voices together and affect that change. And then the other thing is, when you see someone who's a refugee, talk to them, get to know them, or even, don't wait. Every area has some organization that is dealing with refugees. Go to them, talk to them, find out, how can I get to know these people? How can I help them integrate into my society? Because they need the help. They need to learn, how do you shop in these situations? I mean, I'm from the United States. I come here and I don't know the language. I can't read the signs, and so I need help with somebody teaching me, where do I find a pharmacy, where do I find a grocery store, how do I get my children enrolled in school? They need that same help. They need someone to befriend them and help them figure out, how do I live in this society? Because if we don't do that as a people, we are going to end up marginalizing them, and they're going to get off in their own little area and they'll never fully integrate. So the biggest thing we can do is be open. If you have an hour, volunteer an hour. Find an organization in your community and volunteer an hour and befriend them. But educate yourself on what makes the refugees and use your voice to change that.
Thank you guys for watching.
See you at the next episode of
Fatti e Sarfatti! Stavo per dire Messi e Sarfatti. Fatti e Sarfatti.
No, Fatti e Sarfatti.
Fatti e Sarfatti. Fatti and Sarfatti!
Oh mio Dio!
Avevi detto Strafatti.
Bravo!
Veramente?
Thank you guys for watching and
For watching!
of the NGO Do Your Part in Greece.